was anyway. The first one, I realized I didn't know how to ask. I think it's something like, what is the limit if, like, x minus 1 and 5 times x over whatever? And of course, the answer is if the limit does not approach anything, the limit does not exist. And I know that because I'm a mathlete. Anyway, moving on. One other thing that I realized I actually did get asked for the Q&A, but I've been asked quite a bit, is about my tooth. Is a different color. I think it's my right front tooth. It is a temporary crown, and the reason that it's a different color is because I had a temporary crown that was the same color as the rest of my teeth, but it's made out of a material called composite material, and it's the same material that they make like white fillings out of instead of the silver ones, which are called amalgams. Some dental knowledge for you. But it wasn't strong enough. Once we realized that I was going to need to have the temporary crown on for quite a while because of some unforeseen circumstances with the tooth and the permanent crown, we decided to go to a stronger material, and they only had this shade at the dental office. And instead of waiting, because mine had already broken, my previous temporary crown that matched the rest of my teeth, instead of waiting for them to order a stronger material temporary crown that would match my teeth, I went ahead and just let them put the one that they had on, and they cemented it so that it wouldn't fall off and I wouldn't need a root canal for, decay or anything. So that was the decision I made, and it was before I started making videos, and I had every intention of having the permanent crown that would match the rest of my teeth before I started making videos, but it didn't turn out that way. So that is the story, riveting, I know, of my discolored front tooth. So yeah, that's really it about the tooth. I will be getting it fixed soon, but I don't want to go too far into the details of my dental hygiene. Everything's fine. There's just some problems with the tooth and the bone structure around it, so it will be fixed soon, I promise. Okay, getting into the actual questions. Number 1 is, what got you into ASMR, and why do you love it so much? I have experienced ASMR, and I touched on this a bit in my first video, which was my record collection video. I've experienced it my entire life. I didn't know that it was called ASMR, and I don't think that it was, when I was like 6 or 7. But it's something that I experienced my entire life. I used to really love watching the news because they would pronounce their P's and T's very prominently. more, but the one that I saw, this was the first one that I saw, and I saw, record collection ASMR, and I thought, I don't know what ASMR is, but as I was watching it, I got tingles and a really relaxing feeling, and I thought, it seems like she's trying to do this, so let me research ASMR, and that's when I found this amazing community. So that's what got me started. I promise not every answer won't be that long. I just wanted to go into depth a little bit more on that one. If your channel gets more popular, will you get binaural microphones? I actually have a little surprise for you guys coming up. My first video of 2016, and so I'm going to just leave that there. I'm not going to go too far into it. I will have videos before 2016, but just to answer that question, how old are you? You never ask a lady her age. No, I'm just kidding. I am 28 years old, or years young, as they would say. And I share a birthday with Michael Jackson. I mean, have you ever traveled out of the country? I have. I went to Jamaica. That was the first time I left the country. That was in 2008, maybe. I went to a resort, and I met some amazing people there, local people, and we ended up taking a private tour of the more desolate places, which could have been really dangerous, and I don't condone doing that, and I don't suggest doing that, but it was really great to meet the people we did in the situations that they lived in, and they were just happy with what they had, and so it was really eye-opening and amazing. And I left the country one other time. It was to the Dominican Republic with a few of my girlfriends. We went for a trip, and we went to a resort, and we stayed on the resort. Probably the better idea, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and my fiance his family is from the Dominican Republic, so it was really great to see and experience the culture there, even though we were on a resort. But it was still great to see where his family is from. Is a hot dog a sandwich? When I read this, I was like, oh, that's just a funny question. And then I read it out loud, and my fiance, who I never call my fiance, by the way, I always just call him my boyfriend, but I don't know. I figured, I really don't know. Anyway, he said, he kind of laughed, and then he thought about it. That is a great question, and I don't have the answer, but ponder that for a while. We'll come back at some other point in time and decide if a hot dog is a sandwich. Do you plan to continue making videos, and how often? I absolutely plan to continue making videos. I am so in love with this community. You have been amazing, and I can't imagine now that I'm making them or not thinking of my next video or next trigger to try. So I've been making them. I've been doing one a week, and I would like to continue that. I would of course like to have a more scheduled ASMR, do you have a favorite non-ASMR YouTube channel? Yes, I have a few. I happen to really enjoy like quick facts videos. I love history. I've been very interested in learning about the history of anything my entire life, and Matthew Santoro is a great page to follow, or a great channel to follow for those types of things. He's very informational, and he has a lot of information. Anyway, he is funny at the same time, and he's just so much fun to watch. So I love his channel, and I'm going to check. There's another channel that I watch a lot. Hold on. Okay. His name is Keegan Dorks. He has a series called Brain Scratch. He also reviews like movies and games and things like that, but I don't play games really. But he has a series on his channel called Brain Scratch, where he dives a little bit further into cases, unsolved cases, and I am just a sucker for those things. And he has a lot of information as well, and seems to double and triple check all of his sources, so you know when you're hearing something from him, it's true. And so I will link both of those pages in the description. So, what country do you live in? I live in the United States, and just to get a little more specific, I live in Boston. And another question later says, do you support any sports teams? And we love the Patriots around here, and of course the Red Sox. enjoy them for whatever reason, and I think that people enjoy it for ASMR reasons as well. It, I'm sure, relaxes people, and if that is the way that she would like to do it, then I think that is totally fine. I know that ASMR can be seen as a sexual thing, even when it's not supposed to be, because of the whispering and the, gentle touching or rubbing, and that is something that I think we have to take with the territory. There is a specific channel that I won't name. I love this channel. I watch this channel probably, if not daily, at least every few days. Every time they put out a video, I watch it, and it's run by well put together group of women that I've ever seen. They're so beautiful. They're so good at what they do, and they empower women, most importantly. There's a video that came out from that channel. They called it spoofing. It was just such the opposite of empowering another woman that I was very surprised to see it come out of that channel, and I haven't said anything about it. I never made a comment about it, but now that I'm being asked specifically about it, I feel like I can't not mention it. I can understand feeling that you put a lot of work into a channel, into one video. There's so much editing, there's retakes, there's setting up, and it may feel like you put in more work than, say, this other sexual channel, which, if there's a bump outside or a car that drives by, perhaps she won't edit it out, and nobody says anything to her because her boobs are out, and you think, oh well, what car? But I think especially in a time that we're in, if you want to empower women, you have to empower all women, unless they are doing something specifically spiteful or hurtful to purposely hurt somebody. If you want to empower somebody, and you're going to talk about empowering people, especially women, and not being a troll on the internet and not being hateful, you have to do that yourself. I think that it's more hurtful to empower every woman except for this one woman than to write a bad comment on somebody's, or a negative comment on somebody's video. So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. I said a lot there, and I think it was a lot of blabbering, and I didn't want to drop names, but I'm sure that a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and I may edit this out, so anyway. In a complete 180, which of the Beatles post-career do you listen to most? Which song is your favorite? Well, my favorite post-career song of any of the individual Beatles, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, by George Harrison. I wouldn't say that I listen to him But, While My Guitar Gently Weeps is my favorite post-Beatles career individual song. So there's that. How long have you been married? I am not married. I am engaged. We've been engaged since February of this year, and I don't have a date for my wedding yet. And I know that that's very, I don't know, I've had a lot of time to plan. I do realize that. I think that we'll probably end up doing a very, very small wedding anyway. So it will come. It will come. Do you have a job outside of YouTube? I do. I am a nanny to two amazing kids. I've been with them for about 5 years. One is now 12 and one is 7. And I get to take my daughter with me, which is amazing. And they have such a great relationship with her. So I'm very lucky to have the job that I do and to be able to make videos as well. Do you ASMR your daughter to sleep? Wouldn't that be easy? I think that I've caught myself sometimes making more of an effort to whisper songs rather than to sing them to her to sleep. But I have on several occasions put on one of Allie's videos or one of Grace's videos, and we have both just knocked right out, or one of Maria's videos, obviously, and we've both just knocked right out. So yeah, I don't necessarily, but she does get ASMR to sleep sometimes. Do you play a musical instrument? I don't right now, no. I used to play the flute and the oboe, and I have very long fingers, so I've been told to play the piano, but the only song I know how to play is that do 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 da do 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 do, you know. Anyway, what is your favorite TV show? I'm gonna be cliche and say Friends, or maybe Full House. having the Christmas tree up sort of makes it feel more homey, I guess. Sort of welcomes the holiday season. What is the red lipstick you wear? I've gotten a lot of compliments on the red lipstick. It is Maybelline's Color Sensational line, and it is in the color On Fire Red. And I forgot to grab it before I sat down, so I don't have it to show, but I will link something in the description box letting you know where you can get it and what exactly it looks like. What is the one thing you really want to do in life? I think now that I have a child, it's probably to just raise her as best as I can to be a great person. And I know that sounds cliche, but I think above anything, I just want her to be a great person and happy in life with whatever it is that she wants to do. What is your best memory? This is not my best memory, so maybe it's not exactly the answer to the question, but anytime I think of a memory, I think of growing up. I was probably 4 or 5 at the time, and my mom and I were walking to a corner store, and I had this Cabbage Patch doll, and I was strolling her in the little toy stroller that I had, and there was a bee on the stroller, and I put my hand on it, and I didn't see the bee until last minute, and it stung me right